Thank you, sir.
This member.
Sir, I also rise to support the special motion moved by Bryce Terwell Marvinang, an MLA from Molai, that this House will now discuss the excessive use of force and police brutality during the public hearing of the Meghalaya Limited at Tangskai village on the 24/8/2023. Sir, as mentioned by the mover of this special motion, I would also like to share my serious concern of what has happened in our state in connection with the police brutality. So we have seen that policemen are getting emboldened to indulge in the atrocities due to the failure of the government to take action against those erring police personnel. So we fear that if this phenomenon is allowed to continue, Meghalaya would one day become a police state where there will be unrestrained use of force by the police. As has been mentioned by the mover, that police are supposed to maintain law and order and to protect the life of the citizens of the state. So the incidents that took place at Tangskai during the public hearing and at Shillong during the protest of the Hito on the 24th August and the 4th September respectively have truly revealed that police cannot handle even the slightest provocation. What was more disgusting, sir, was that the brutality was carried out at the behest of the industrialists who are outsiders. In a democratic country like us, no one, sir, is above the law. We have the judiciary to either condemn or justify any action committed by any person and deal with them according to the provisions of law. Therefore, sir, to cause injury to a person or group of persons is a violation of law on the different sections of Indian Penal Code and Code of Criminal Procedure. So, according to Section 29 of the Police Act 1861, the use of unwarranted personal violence against person, even in custody, is an punishable offense. So, Section 319, 320, 321, 322, and 324 of the Indian Penal Code spell out of hurt and punishment for voluntarily causing hurt, except in the case provided for by Section 334, which read that voluntarily causing hurt on provocation. Whoever voluntarily causing hurt on grave and sudden provocation, if he neither intends nor knows himself to be likely to cause hurt to any person other than the person who gave the provocation, shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 1 month, or with a fine which may exceed to 500 rupees, or with both. So Section 132 of the Code of Criminal Procedure provides for the use of armed forces to disperse assembly. 1301, it says that if any such assembly cannot be otherwise dispersed, and if it is necessary for public security that it should be dispersed, the executive magistrate of the highest rank who is present may cause it to be dispersed by the armed forces. 2. Such magistrate may require any officer in command of any group of persons belonging to the armed forces to disperse the assembly with the help of the armed forces under the command, and to arrest and confine such persons forming part of it as the magistrate may direct, or as it may be necessary to arrest and confine in order to disperse the assembly or to have them punished according to the law. 1303. Every such officer of the armed forces shall obey such requisition in such manner as he thinks fit. But in so doing, let me repeat this line, sir, but in so doing, he shall use as little force and do as little injury to person and property as may be consistent with dispersing the assembly and arresting and detaining such person. Sir, after having seen the media reports and video clips of the incidents that took place in these two occasions, I am of the firm opinion, sir, that the police had indulged in atrocities and excesses. Many people who were attending the public hearing at Thang Sky were beaten black and blue by the police, including the women. The manner in which the state police behave suggests, sir, that they were being bribed by the owner of the plan to ensure that there will be no opposition to the hearing. The throwing of stunned grenade at a food stall during the protest at Shillong was also another act of excesses by the police. So the question here is, who will be responsible for the harm and injury that may have caused to the innocent who happen to be around that area? Who will bear the medical expenses to those who may have suffered heart attack because of this responsible act of the police? Therefore, sir, in most of the cases, policemen were seen as lawbreakers, perpetrators of the crime, and culprits. We should remember that whatever had gone into the minds of the people as a result of their action cannot be easily and quickly washed away from their memories. So I would also like to know what action has been taken against the police officer who shouted with slang on that day. It is an accepted fact, sir, that in a community, a tribal community, especially among the Khasis, we cannot even tolerate for a common man to use slang in public places. How much more, therefore, sir, it would be for a person in uniform. This is nothing, sir, but a complete disregard of the law. Sir, our memory is still very fresh to recollect what happened in Maulai, as had been mentioned by the Honorable representing Maulai constituency, when the police at the WEO decided to kill an ailing person in cold blood. Since when that Meghalaya police have got the license to shoot at will on anyone, sir? Even the report of the inquiry commission constituted by the state government, sir, had taken a very strong exception to this. So I just want to read out some of the observation of this inquiry, sir, in which in page 24, sir, it said that in my considered view, the operation was a well-laid plan, but executed poorly, recklessly, hastily, and without proper application of mind. In other words, it was a botched-up operation and failing in its objective of apprehending the deceased alive, who could have given valuable information to the police about the subversive activities of the proscribed HNLC outfit. The fact that by undertaking such reckless operation, the team completely lost sight of the possibility of harming the family members of the deceased, who were never accused of having anything to do with the nefarious activities of the deceased he was charged of. If the primary objective of carrying out the operation was to capture the deceased alive, the manner in which the raid was conducted unnecessarily gave rise to the impression that was not so. This is most unfortunate. So, moreover, the report says that I do not propose to burden this report with such contentious in view of my above findings. For example, I do not propose to discuss the other evidence available on record to determine as to whether witness number 4 mowed down the deceased intentionally or in self-defense, since the material I could derive from the statement of the 3 state witnesses are sufficient for me to arrive at my above findings about the culpability of the tactical team 1 in the manner in which they carried out the operation. The remaining issues are best left to the judicial criminal court to decide. Therefore, sir, based on this report, it implies that the police who conducted that raid at Meghalaya are culpable of homicide, sir. Sir, therefore, in the light of the above mentioned facts, sir, I would strongly urge upon the government to take strong action against all those police personnel who are involved in these two separate incidents, sir. With these few words, sir, I resume my seat.
Thank you, Aba.